Hey guys, it's Monique and welcome back to my channel. You may have just watched the last video I did, which was on my Bartholian cyst. So I quickly, let me sit back so you can see me. So I quickly decided to make another video before I forgot. And since I was in the mood of making videos, to talk about the medication that they put me on for my Bartholian cyst, which was doxycycline. Doxycycline is a very strong antibiotic used to treat a lot of like serious stuff. I mean, I don't even want to go into it. First of all, I want to disclaim that I am not a physician. I'm not a medical expert. Please do not take anything I say in here as a certified medical opinion, because this is just my experience. And off the top of my head, I cannot remember which medications which conditions they use doxycycline to treat, but it's like some pretty serious stuff, like meningitis, freaking like West Nile virus or some shit like that. I don't know, but some serious stuff. But I, in particular, got prescribed doxycycline for a Bartholian cyst that I had in my vaginal area. You can go watch that video if you want more information on that particular condition. But what this video is about are the side effects that I had. And the reason why I wanted to make this video was because I experienced probably all of the worst side effects that you could experience from this medication. And it really scared me. And I was like thinking I was having a heart attack at first, until I started to like research and like read other people's experiences with doxycycline. And then, you know, I started to feel like, okay, I'm not having a heart attack. This is just the side effects of this medication. Plus, I also did call my doctor to make sure that everything was okay. All right, so again, I was put on doxycycline for a Bartholian cyst that I had to prevent any infection that was either occurring before I had the cyst or after I had my cyst lanced, to prevent the infection as a preventative measure. But I was taking one pill in the morning and one pill in the nighttime. And I was doing it for about a week and a half. So, and I did finish my pills, took them religiously every morning, every night, which is very, very important when you're on antibiotics. Do not skip, do not miss, do not try to stay on a good schedule with taking your antibiotics, because that's really important as far as the effectiveness of how they're going to work with you. Okay, so some of the things that I experienced. Funny thing is, I didn't experience these really bad symptoms until I was like 2 doses out from being done, which was really crazy. And I don't know if it's because it just takes that long for the medication to get in your system and start working. But like early on, I did notice that I was a little bit more sluggish and tired than usual. So that kind of happened right away. I like typically wake up very, very early in the morning, like 5 o'clock in the morning. And I'm fine. Like I get up, I have my coffee, I do my workout, I, do whatever I have to do for the day, never have to take a nap. But I do go to bed early, like 9:30. But when I was on this medication, I was like really fatigued and I felt like I needed a nap during the day, which was unusual for me. Again, it could be a combination of the medication and obviously that my body was fighting this, cyst that I had. But it still was unusual. That being said, the next symptom that I experienced was headaches. I don't get a lot of headaches. I don't get a lot of anything. Like I am a pretty lucky person in the sense that I don't have migraines. I don't have really bad allergies. I don't have like things that most people have like every day or like that suffer from. I don't have those things. So like when I start to have those things, it is very out of the ordinary for me and I notice it right away. So headaches was the next thing I started to feel, and the headaches felt like they were back here. They weren't like headaches here. They were in the back of my head. And I thought, oh my God, like that's so crazy. Like, what am I, experiencing? But I did read the information that came with my medication, which gave like the general side effects that you can experience. So headaches was one of those things. So I was like, okay, cool. Fast forward to almost the end of my cycle with the antibiotics. I started to have, it almost felt like panic attacks. Like my chest was really tight. I would feel like really hot. And I thought, okay, this is weird. Like, this is not me. And it would feel like kind of like little twinges in my chest and like almost like indigestion. Like I would sit down and I'd be like, oh, I can't sit forward too much and I can't be comfortable sitting back. And, you know, I wasn't eating anything any different, which again, my diet is pretty clean. I don't drink anything but water. So like, or water and coffee, but coffee has never given me a problem before. So I was just like, this is weird. Oh, one other thing I want to mention. So it's very important, and I don't know why when you take doxycycline, but I just read up on it, that you don't take it and like lay down for like 30 minutes to an hour. And I think that's so that the medication goes through your body or absorbs properly. I don't know. But I didn't realize that in the beginning, and I was doing that. So I don't know if that's why I was having like that indigestion feeling. But the panic attack thing was weird. So I've had a panic attack once in my life, and it was when I was pregnant with my daughter. It was a pretty severe panic attack. And for those of you that have had panic attacks, even though if you've never had a heart attack, you feel like you're having a heart attack. Like you feel like your chest is about to like explode out of, or your heart is about to explode out of your chest. You know, your pulse is racing. You just feel like claustrophobic, like you can't breathe. And I wouldn't say I was having like full-blown symptoms of a panic attack, but they were like mild enough to like bother me and worry me. So there was a point where I was like literally like laying down, and I told my mom, I was like, I just don't feel good. And crazy enough, my mom's brother, my uncle, recently passed of a massive heart attack. So of course, when something like that happens, like you're all in your head. You're like, oh my God, I'm next, you know? So I was really freaking out. And my insurance has a hotline that you can call to talk to a nurse. So I called to talk to a nurse before I like jumped the gun and like, you know, ran off to the emergency room, because honestly, I was like over the emergency room. Aside from my situation with the cyst, my son hurt his foot playing football, and he was on crutches. And then literally like the next day, my daughter threw her shoulder out, and I was just overpaying doctor bills. So I was like, let me just make sure I'm not having a heart attack, or, you know, I don't have any other cause for concern. So I called the nurse's line, and they were very, very thorough. Cigna is my insurance. They were very, very thorough and asked me a ton of questions. She took her time asking me everything, and determined that I did not need to go to the emergency room, that it was side effects of the medication that I was taking. So if you call a nurse's line or a medical helpline, very important that you disclose medications that you're taking, because those sometimes, even if it's like over-the-counter stuff, even if you're taking over-the-counter medications can interact with each other and can sometimes have bad reactions with each other. So it is very important that you disclose that to whoever you're talking to that is a medical professional, so that they can determine if what you're going through is actually an interaction of medications, or it's just a side effect of a medication that you're taking. So that's what she discovered, that it was a side effect from the medication. She said it's, you know, it's not very common that somebody has all the symptoms that I had, but it does happen. And she said, you will find that once you finish the medication, that the symptoms that you're having are going to go away. So sure enough, from the day that I called her, I literally had one more day left on the medication. So man, that last day was hard, because I thought, oh, the minute I take this, I'm going to start to feel, oh, the other thing I was having was nausea. Like I would literally be eating and I'd be like I wouldn't throw up, but I felt like I was going to throw up. I felt dizzy. I felt like the room was spinning sometimes. So taking the medication wasn't fun, because almost immediately after taking it, I would start to feel not well. But she said to me, you know, the minute you stop taking it, you're going to start to see the symptoms subside, but they could very well stick around also for a week or two after you're done taking it, because the medication's still in your system. So I'm about 3 days out from finishing my last dose of doxycycline, and I am feeling much, much better. I do still have a little bit of fatigue, and I do still have, a teensy bit of the indigestion feeling, but nothing like I was feeling before. So that's a great thing. I'm happy to be off of it. My cyst is better, but I did want to share this information with you guys because I want you guys to know that if you are prescribed medication by a doctor and it's not making you feel right, please call your doctor and let them know. There's always other medications that they can put you on that do the same exact thing. You know, sometimes those medications just don't agree with our body. And definitely the purpose of getting put on medication is not to make you feel worse. So I hope that story helped you guys. If you have any questions, let me know. I'll do my best to answer them. Like I said, I'm not a medical expert, but I can definitely share with you my experience. Aside from having those symptoms or side effects of the medication, there was really nothing I could do to help them. You know, like I ate a pretty bland diet so I wouldn't get nauseous, didn't, you know, eat things that would like, you know, exacerbate, whatever, you know what I'm trying to say, the indigestion feeling. So yeah, that's pretty much it. And I probably would have switched medications, but like by the time I started feeling the really bad symptoms, I was almost done. So anyways, again, if you have any questions, any comments, please put them below in the comment section. I answer every single person. I appreciate every single one of you. Thank you for watching my channel. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, share my channel with anybody that you think would find it useful. And I thank you for watching. Bye guys.